Akim 105.5, 105.9, and we live on GBN's television 7, 11, and 20 on cable. Time moves on to just about 18 after the hour of 3 o'clock. Today we have some special guests in our studios. The Division of Youth within the Ministry of Youth and Sports would be hosting its first ever national elections. That's National Youth Elections, offering young people between the ages of 16 to 35 a chance to vote for who they would want to represent them in the National Youth Parliament for the next 2 years. And today we have two of the candidates. We have Miss Kael, Cyrus, and Akim, Phillip. I'm going to be chit-chatting with us this afternoon. Good afternoon, lady and gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
How are you doing this afternoon?
Ecstatic.
Ecstatic?
I'm okay.
You okay? You okay? You're good?
Yes.
All right. So you, we start with the young lady first. You are from what part of Grenada?
Victoria in St. Mark.
You're from Victoria in St. Mark's. And my friend Akim?
Same, Victoria, St. Mark.
So you both are from Victoria in St. Mark's. What got you involved in this particular cycle, going up to be a candidate in the National Youth election?
I will have to say it first began on March 13th when I participated in the Commonwealth Youth Debates. And then I had the opportunity to participate in the parish level sitting. And I don't know if somehow I was chosen to be a participant, a candidate for this election. So it all started in March of 2030, of March of this year on the 13th.
What about you, Akim?
Well, for me, for years, one of my friends have been trying to get me into youth parliament. I was terrified. And firstly, I think I looked at it as a way of getting out of that shyness. Right? And then secondly, I used it as an opportunity to basically speak for the youths within my community. So that is
nice. So what have been the interaction with your peers from Victoria and people around your age group that you interact with since you put up yourself as a candidate? We could go anyone first.
So many of them, they've been looking at me a bit different. They've been saying, "Girl, you that girl now." I'm like, "What?" I'm still Kael. And some people will be like, no, ma'am. You know, in almost the political realm. So some of them have almost been looking at this thing or statue. I'm like, no, I'm still her. I'm still simple me. Yes, that's it.
Okay.
As for me, well, my peers, they have been encouraging. The same thing. Some of them had asked me if maybe this is a stepping stone to get into politics. But like I told them, I reassured them it is not. It is just, like I said earlier, it is just something to help me basically get out of my comfort zone and to be a voice for the young persons within my community. So, but they have been supportive. I've been getting encouraging words from them. So it has been a wonderful experience so far.
So you both are from the village of Victoria. So you both are vying for that constituency, if I'm correct?
Yes.
So it's like we have, so this afternoon is like we have a green and a yellow. How has the competition been going between both of us?
Well, everyone has their supporters. But for me, I've been getting my supports. At times people would come up and they'll say, but Akim, and they would even bring in Tiwana. I'd be like, yes, all three of us are running. But in the meantime, it hasn't been so hectic or even like I would like to say simple term. Nobody throwing words for each other per se. Yes.
Tell us, Akim, some of your campaign strategies you have been using so far to get out your peers to support you.
I've been using social media. We've been sending WhatsApp, especially sending links to persons. But my main strategy right now, and I think that is the best policy, is the face-to-face. You get to interact with the constituents. You get to hear them. You have a personal one-on-one with them. You get to they share their views and their concerns with you. So at least you have a better idea of where they stand and what the concerns are. So it better helps you to represent them.
What about you, Miss Cyrus?
Same as him, but what I tend to do as well, I've been big these days. I've been big on football. I got to have a love for football. So especially when there's football, some other gathering in Victoria or even other, I tend to attend. So at least I'm able to be much more engaged with the young people. So besides going out, yes, going from home to home, besides social media, I tend to go where there are gatherings. So I can at least have that much more one-on-one time. At least have a little fun together.
So speaking about going out, so you guys do house-to-house visit in the constituency to get the young people to support you?
Yes.
So this is really like politics?
Very much. Very much.
But you know, I'm a bit marveled. Why they didn't have stuff like that when I was much younger?
Well, let's say it's a new generation.
This is
new ideas.
No, this is very interesting, you know.
It is.
This is very interesting. So, I mean, in your whole campaign organization, I mean, you have people that is working for you in the background. Like you have a team of people.
Yes, I do.
Wow, this thing is serious.
I do.
No, I'm actually, I heard about it throughout, I mean, working in the media. I heard about it, but today is actually the day I'm actually getting more details through this interview. So tell us key platforms that you aim to highlight during your campaign. We're going to start with Akim first.
Okay, so education, first and foremost. I'm a teacher, so.
You're a teacher?
Yes, I am. So,
okay.
So I think it will bring me to not the education. So skills training program. So on education, basically a skills training program for young persons to get them qualified in different skill areas. IT is one of my big focus. It's not the only, but it is one of my big focus. I think the world today it's going towards that direction, and I think preparing the young persons for that market, it's essential. I have sports again. I'm big on sports. I have a degree in sports, so that is another area I'm looking towards to basically help create more sporting activities within the parish, so that the communities would basically have something, have a way to unite. Because community unity is something I'm big on. Social skills and social development, counseling sessions, classes for young mothers and fathers, all those different areas. And there's much more. Financial management, I could go on.
Okay.
There's a lot of things that I want to look into to try and implement.
What about you, Ms. Cyrus?
Mentorship programs delving into occupational, because I'm a teacher as well. Because that would even fall for education, but occupational, financial, and I can even say psychosocial. As well, I would like to see a revamp. So I'm trying to aim to get a revamp of those clubs. For example, I would delve into netball and volleyball. Right now in Victoria, we're much more big on the football, on the track and field. So at least once we can get back both the young and the older people as well, and I'm speaking about male and female, because at times when we speaking of netball and volleyball, we will only tend to put women in that circle. So trying to revamp that as well. In the meantime as well, and even trying to get much more social activities up and going, because speaking to young people on a daily basis, their main cry is only on a certain period you would hear we're having something in St. Mark, and then I said, sure, this is something we can try to revamp. Why? Yes, youth, adults, as older people as well has to be included, but it can be fun as well if young people we can just have our time, do something that is at least much more constructive, and even otherwise as well, and even after school programs, because within St. Mark there are so many students, and so many of them don't have the funds to attend the extra classes as some would have the advantage. So that would be a great opportunity where they'll be able to get that hands-on experience from whether it be a teacher or someone else that can give them their assistance while they are going to school.
Okay, that's lovely. That's lovely. It seems that you both have vision for your particular community in terms of the youth. You know, during election campaigns, you see party putting on rally and have their T-shirts. In terms of this youth election, are you guys going to we're going to hear? Well, there's a rally for this candidate. It's on that particular level as well.
I can just say time will tell. There's anything I will say. Time will tell.
But if time will tell. In terms of funding for the campaign, for you putting yourself forward as a candidate, because there would be stuff that you would need to purchase.
Yes.
Is the funding coming from the ministry towards that?
Partly.
Okay, that's lovely. So tell us your thoughts on this whole process, the first ever national youth elections. Your thoughts so far?
I have always dreamed of a youth election. From the time I was in secondary school, especially when I got the exposure to campaign to be the student council president, I always said, I really wish we can get something like that up and going in Grenada. And finally it's here and I'm like, am I living in my dream or something? So yes.
Based on the passion that you're delivering this afternoon, seeing the possible minister in the future, candidate. Nothing is impossible. I mean, you're getting exposure, you're getting your feet wet. It is a possibility. Don't rule it out. What about you, Akim? Tell us about your experience so far.
Well, it has been a fun experience. It's not something I thought I would have been a part of. Again, knowing that how I am, I'm more of a kind of shy person. Again, it's I want to challenge myself, get me out of my comfort zone. It has been a great experience. I don't know where the road leads with it, but for the time I'm learning a lot. A lot of things that I can apply to my everyday life, and maybe some of the things I want to do in the future, I can apply a lot of the things I learn into that.
All right, folks, so we're going to take a short commercial break. When we come back, we continue to speak with these two candidates who are going up for the National Youth Parliament elections. We take a short break. When we come back, we're going to be talking about the registration and the voting process. I really want to know about that part. So stay with us. We come back in about 60 seconds.
We're here at Answer Coating Grenada Limited, a proud sponsor of Christmas with GBN. And this year, we're giving up to 40% off various items.
And customers actually have the opportunity to win up to $1,000 cash. So we encourage you to stay tuned to Christmas with GBN and look out for all other in-store promotions and product information.
And don't forget, this December, a night of shopping with Answer Coatings.
Proud sponsors of Christmas with GBN includes Ace Hardware, Hubbard's, Flow, Grenada Duty Free, and Answer Coatings. This holiday season, get ready for a magical celebration packed with culinary delights, crafts, and music that will bring joy to your heart. But that's not all. Lots of giveaways are waiting for you. Stay tuned and make this Christmas one to remember only with GBN. Looking to take your business to new heights? Advertise with GBN on our social media platforms and get noticed by our 138,000 plus followers. Reach a massive engaged audience ready to connect with your brand. No matter your business size, GBN is here to help you grow. Contact us today at admin@gbn.gd or WhatsApp 407-8458 to get started.
Folks, we're back. We're live on K105 and GBN's television as we chit-chat with two of the candidates going up for, they're putting up themselves for election at the national youth elections. So we want to talk now about the registration and voting process. How do one go about being registered to vote in this youth elections process?
First, one must be, they must fall under the category of 16 to 35 years.
So I can't vote?
No. Sadly. Once you're younger, once you're above 35, that's out for you. There is even a site to do that because everything is via that online platform. So at first they would have to go to youthelections.gov.gd. From there you see a page, you get to delve into what the youth parliament is now about. You get to meet your candidates and then the registration slots. From there, for the registration, you have to place your name, first name, last name, your age, of course, your constituency, and you must include an identification, whether you choose your NIS card, your national ID, or for some their birth certificates, and it even went far along for TAMCC students where they can even place their IDs as well.
What's the name of that website again?
youthelections.gov.gd.
All right. So, you said that you must be between the ages of 16 to 35.
Yes.
So you have to register on the website.
Yes.
And election day is when? When can one vote?
December 5th.
December 5th.
But November 22nd, registration closes.
Oh, so there's also a deadline for registration?
Yes.
There's a rate of election and all these things on it.
Repeat what you said?
There's a rate of election. So they have a rate of elections and all these things. So it's a full election process basically.
Okay, that's rather interesting. So election date you said is when again?
December 5th.
December 5th. And the results would be released on December 5th as well?
Yes.
This is interesting.
I think persons who could get to updates as the process goes. You get to see which candidate is leading in the different constituencies as well. While it is going on.
While it is going on.
Yeah,
so you as someone putting up yourself, you can look and see how you're doing in your constituency and rally up people to vote for you. That is different. It's actually using technology.
Exactly.
It's a lot different from what we have during the national election. You have to sit and with tense if you're big into politics, wondering who would win. But with that, now you have an idea, knowing, well, I give Akim some licks.
No, but it's still not for Akim. I'm sitting here and I just imagine December 5th and my Lord.
That's nice. Why should young people vote? Why should young people take part in this process?
This gives us a voice. I should say a voice. Because, of course, for some, this will be the first time they're actually being able to participate in an election. Because, of course, if by the time election comes around, it's only 18 plus. And as I always made it clear to some young people that I've associated with, you casting a vote, that will give you that, that obligation to say to that person, hello, I voted. I can even say I voted for you. So what? No, I did cast my vote. So that gives you that strong voice to really give your opinion.
What about you?
As for me, I agree with what she said. Just to add, it gives you an opportunity to share your concerns. Right? You have someone that you choose to look after for your well-being, basically. Right? So with that when you're voting in general elections, the candidate has to take care of the whole constituency. At times, sometimes the youths get left behind. I'm not saying every time, but sometimes they get left behind, and that's the reality of it.
Okay.
I think it's an opportunity for them to share their concerns, their views, and make sure that they are taken seriously. So going out and cast your vote is not just about you're just voting for someone because you know them. You're voting for someone that you have trust and belief in to look after your well-being, to make sure that your voice is heard, not just within the community or among your friends, but on the national level.
Okay, lovely. Well, I just logged on on the website here. It's youthelections.vo.gov.gd. So, folks, you can check out the website. And once you're between the ages of what again, 16
to 35,
you can exercise your right,
the
democratic right, and be a part of the process. Like the national elections, where you would have a color and you would have a symbol. In this voting process, is this part of it as well, or you just look for a candidate name and
Yeah, just look for that name and that picture.
that name and that picture.
Yeah.
And within the Victoria, that's constituency, how many people are putting up themselves beside the two of you?
We can give the answer in a but I can say that I'm getting a lot of positive feedback. But one thing
No, I'm talking about beside you and Akim. Is there any other candidate
Tijuana
from
Scouts.
There's one more.
Okay, right.
From that area.
Yes.
So it varies across the country. Is there some constituents where there are 5 candidates, some there are 2?
Mainly it's 2. Our case was a special case.
Officer special case. Okay.
Yes. I'm partly responsible for having 3 persons.
That's lovely. But that is rather interesting, you know, to be from the same community. You said to me off air that you guys actually related.
Yes. Well, 2 of us. She and I and Miss Scotty.
So the 3 candidates from Victoria are related.
I'm only related to her.
You're related to her.
Yeah.
She's related to the.
So you are related to the 2 other candidates.
Yes.
That's an interesting
I'm
campaign.
in the middle of it all.
That's rather interesting. Future aspirations, Akim.
Entrepreneurship is something I always that has always been of interest to me. It's something I really like. I always, ever since, I always wanted to have my own business. The idea of working for people for the rest of my life is not something I really. The independence, I guess, about it. You know, that is something I really want. So that is something I'm hopefully able to do in the future. So that is one of my. The politics, I'm just be very clear. I don't know what will happen in the future.
Yeah.
As for now, if some of my friends are listening or a person that has asked me about if this is a stepping stone for politics, no, it is not.
Okay.
Again, I don't know what will happen in the future, but for now, no.
Okay. Miss Cyrus.
Just say I am big on community services. Right now, I'm community services leader, so I would like to continue. At least I'm involved much more in community services, and I'm one person. I'm big on the environment as well. So I even would like to aspire to have a job, especially when it comes to dealing with the environment, whatever it may be. So yeah, in the meantime, that's just it for now.
You both been from the parish of Victoria. Miss Modest has served in Parliament for a number of years. Can't put a number. Any one of you actually reached out to her for some advice? How do you go about? Anyone actually reach out to your representative for some advice? How do you go about campaigning and soliciting votes?
I didn't.
What about you, Akim?
I didn't.
But generally, in the political landscape, did any one of you reach out to anyone in the political landscape for some advice? And how do you go about the election process?
I did.
You did?
I did.
Me as well. I reached out to persons that helped in the election process.
Okay, so like campaign managers and stuff.
Yes, I reached out and asked for ideas and for help in different areas. You know, share it, to pick their brain and see how to go about it. Maybe it might be something I might need to do. They might be able to give me guidance on it, or I might have an idea and they might be able to say, well, okay, it's a good idea, go with it, or go in that direction. All these things. So I reached out to persons on that aspect.
What about you, Miss Cyrus? What feedback have you got so far when you made that reach?
There is one person in particular. He's always making it clear to me that I am capable, because he as well has been involved. He has never been in the center of politics, but he has always been in the background. And he's the one that would always give me that motivation day on day, giving me the keys of what should or should not be done. And even when it comes to me carrying myself as an individual, he's been giving me those tips as well.
Okay. So someone just hearing about the national youth elections for the first time. They're just hearing about it. I'm asking both of you to sell it for someone who's just saying about it. Are you a young person between the age of 16 to 35 now hearing about this national youth election, and you want to solicit their vote, whether it be for yourself or other candidates across Grenada? So I'm asking you to basically sell the whole election process for someone who's just saying about it and rather interested.
Ladies first.
No, wow. Okay. So I'm going to look at advertisement.
I'm actually asking you to sell yourself this afternoon.
Oh, hey, youth. Yes, I'm speaking to you. Today is the day. Have you heard of the new national youth election that was brought forth by the Ministry of Youth? I'm sure you have. I'm sure you may have not. But now is your chance. Now is our chance. It's time that we are able to cast our ballots. Now is the time that we are able to speak up on various issues. So if you're hearing this for the first time, go to youthelections.gov.gd. Register now before it is too late. Remember, if you fall between the ages of 16 to 35, don't wait. Go right ahead. Do it right now, especially before November 22nd. I promise you casting your vote for whichever constituency you choose, you would not regret it whatsoever. Grenada is on that movement, especially when it comes to the youth of Grenada. We are moving forward, and we're even paving the way forward for those that come after us.
All right, Akim, it's time for you to sell yourself and the whole election process.
After a statement like that, I don't know how to follow. To the youths out there, this is an opportunity, as I said before, to share your views. This is about you. This is not about any political party. This is not about any one candidate. Right? This is an opportunity for you to share your views, make your voice be heard. Don't sit down and look at it as, I'm not taking part because it may have some kind of political implications behind it. There's nothing political about it. It's an initiative from the Ministry of Youth. You be part of the democratic process. Don't be afraid. We are here basically looking out for your well-being. We are given an opportunity to speak on your behalf. You may not be able to go out in public and shout. You may not be able to go on a podium and speak and share your views. You may not have the listening ear of persons you wish to speak to. That is what we are here for. So with the opportunity given to any one of us, I think we will basically champion your cause on that end. So go out, vote. Don't be afraid. Don't sit down and say, me, I ain't taking part in that, or that they only study themselves and think it's like actual politics. No. Our main focus, our main interest is you young people. We are youths as well. We know what it is like to sit down and say, maybe that could have been done, this could have been done, but we don't have nobody to speak on our behalf. So you have the opportunity now.
All right. You know, before we jump out, one question I want to put in there. Someone maybe between the age of 16 to 35 may be looking or listening to us and may want to put up themselves as a candidate in the next 2 years, because whoever wins now would be in office for 2 years.
Yes.
What was the process? What was the process to be selected as a candidate?
They would first have to participate in the next round of the parish level youth sitting, whether you're from St. Mark, St. Patrick, St. Andrew, St. David, St. John. You would have to participate in that sitting, and from then I have to make it clear, I have to ensure that you do ample research, and you should advertise yourself. Ensure that on the day of that sitting you give your best. Because by the way you speak, the way you carry yourself, ensure that your research is on point. So they would see this person clearly has something going for them. So from then, their performance would give them the key of being a candidate for the next youth election. So
based on your performance, you've been picked by the ministry that
basically, but along the way, there are some candidates that drops out for whatever reason it may be, and eventually they would have to pull in the next person, I guess, that had the next high score after them.
Oh, so you've been scored?
Yes, we have.
Okay. I was wondering, what is the process? Because I know comparing to the national elections, you have to put up yourself and go and pay and to be a candidate. Nothing like that.
No.
For the elections, you have to get there's a nomination day as well. So you have to get persons to go. You don't have to pay, but you have to get persons to go and sign up and all these things.
And you go and do that sign up where I know in the general elections each polling division have a
same thing.
So it's basically almost like the national election.
Basically mirroring the national elections.
No, that's a nice process, because before this whole Ministry of Youth initiative, one may have wondered what is the process like. So this is basically preparing you and teaching you of the whole process.
Yes.
If you want to take it to the next level.
Yes.
Interesting. They should bring up the age, and I go bring up the age, and I'll jump in. You never know.
I agree.
All right. It was nice chatting with you this afternoon. Final words you want to tell people, ask people for support. How can one get in contact with you? Social media is a very powerful tool these days. And how do you two both say that you are using it in terms of campaign? So give us some details on election. Encourage people to vote for you and let people know how they can connect with you.
You can visit my pages, Instagram, Kael Cyrus, but you'll find it especially on KCyrus00. On Facebook, Kael Cyrus as well, but I have a page dedicated to Kael Cyrus as well.
Just for election?
Yes, just for election. Besides, again, so young people, I'm very sorry. I sound so outrageous, but listen, time is of the essence. Let me tell you something. I am that young lady. I not only like to speak, I love to put my words into action. So I promise you, by the grace of God, you elected me to be your youth parliament. You won't regret it whatsoever. I will ensure that each and every one of us voices are heard and things are done for us and even with us. So if you're thinking, I will just wait until the next election, or nah, I will just wait until the national election. Look at it as no. We are the special ones right now in Grenada, and imagine there is an election designated for us. So get on that pedestal. Go for it. Vote, and vote for whomever you please. I can't be biased and say to vote for me, but I am that one. I love putting my words into actions. So you vote for me, you will not regret it.
So indirectly, you think.
But the candidates have to encourage people
exactly.
to vote. You have to encourage people to vote for you.
Thank you.
Let me just say this, right? Recently, I went to the community of Nambaga. I spoke with some youths. They shared one of their views, one of the concerns with me, something they would like to see in the community. And I have already spoken to the relevant authorities
to get that done.
Try to get that done.
That is politicians.
So that alone should tell you more about action than just words.
Okay.
Like I said, I already spoke to the relevant authorities, so I'm trying to get it done. No, it is up to them.
Okay.
So I have not been elected as yet.
And you're working hard.
Exactly. So imagine if I am elected, what will happen? That's that.
I'm one who don't like to speak, but in the meantime as well, there are a few projects, especially there is this pan band Grenada and Grenada All Stars. This Cap, Mr. Martin Simpson is the founder of that pan orchestra in Victoria, St. Mark, and it's designated for everyone. It doesn't matter even if you're from St. Mark or not, you can join. And there are a few projects that they would like to tackle. So in the meantime, I'm using my powers, I should say, to get things up and going for them.
That's lovely. That's lovely. All right, folks, we are going to wrap up here. The website is the Youth elections.gov.gd. Election day is when again?
December 5th.
Election day is December 5th, and you have a deadline to register as well?
Yes, November 22nd.
November 22nd. You must be between the ages of 16 to 35. So it's a young people thing. It's a youth. It's actually the first ever national youth election. We just were speaking with two of the candidates, Miss Cyrus and Mr. Phillip, both from the village of, I shouldn't say the village, both from the parish of Victoria. Two candidates putting up themselves to be young parliamentarian. You'd be serving for 2 years. So in asking you if you're from that community, you don't have to be from a particular community to support, and you could be from St. Andrews and be voting for you.
No. It's
Like
only
an actual election.
Yeah, so
Only
you
within
can
the
only vote between your constituency.
So when you're registering, that is
Yes.
Yes.
You have to put which constituency you're from.
But of course, there is confirmation. There are people that will be working behind the scenes to ensure that
you are from that.
Yes.
Serious thing, people.
And let me just echo this, right? For the persons who might be afraid, your voting is anonymous. No one will know
who you vote for.
So, like, I go out and I tell them I could be talking in the head whole day, and they will still not vote for me. So, and I would not know. Right? Once you register, after you have been confirmed, you will get a code, and that code, make sure you save the code, because that's the code you will need to use to vote on election day.
Lovely. Well, I want to wish the two of you all the best. I hope that you come out successful in the election campaign, and I also want to wish you all the best in your future endeavors. Thanks for stopping by, and hope that you both are victorious. It may be impossible for both of you to win, but you may not win, but you may win an experience. You may learn a lot from the whole process.
But to make it before, make it clear, just as during our national election, whomever is not elected, they will have the opportunity to serve as a senator.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
they have a chance to serve as a senator.
So it's a win-win.
Yes,
it's a win-win. Folks, that's it for our time this afternoon. Please support the young ones. Check out the website, register, and vote. Be a part of the process. Have a good afternoon.